everybody. So, let's put the weekend wrecks in here real quick. Now that was kind of a slow week in wrecks for the Bakken, but I thought the sand hauler was interesting. Seen a sign on the driveway for truck parking, and he just took out the fence and decided that was it, trying to take a nap. So, alrighty, folks. Let's talk about it real quick. Still running. I got a little jobber here today. But let's start with MBI. You know, when you think MBI, no matter what you think about them, when you think of the largest trucking companies in North Dakota in the oil field for hauling water and stuff, Nuvera and MBI are the first two I think of anyway. And I don't know if the MBI is bigger than Nuvera or not, but it's a huge company. Hundreds of trucks and people out of a job. And they're not just shutting down, they are out of business. They are closing the doors and giving up, I guess. I guess it's over for MBI, May 15th. So I guess they gave employees a little bit of time there, till May. But we lost pads that were being built that were graded, expanded and ready for the drilling rigs to come in. They were getting ready to rock them. All work is stopped. They put the topsoil back over them. That's not a good sign. We know CapEx is gone. No more spending. And that price, good Lord, that price is just not improving at all. So if we were to go back to where my first video was, and now, my mood has changed. We're just looking for some improvement here. We need some good news. I don't know what to say. The only positives, the only thing I can say is it's been real chaos, hectic for me. I have a tight group of guys, independent owner operators, that we all run together, work together, kind of, we always talk and try to communicate on what's going on. Maybe there's room on this guy's job, maybe there's room on that guy's job, maybe we jump over there, maybe we go over here. And that's been a real critical thing, I think, for all of us the past few years, just so we can all communicate and try to team up, and where the work's at and stuff. So last night I was having phone calls well into the middle of the night. 11, 12, midnight, I think, is when we got done with our last conversation. And a bunch of us have teamed up, and it looks like there's a production deal that if we all team up on, we can handle it, and it will be steady and get us through this. So, now that has nothing to do with the company I just leased onto, and I don't know what's going on there, but I suspect that it'll be somewhat slow. Maybe I'll still have some work there, but I think that for the most part we're going to focus on this production deal, just for survival, basically, is what it is. Adapt or die, right? So in every situation there's opportunity. So basically we're trying to find the opportunity in this, just so we can adapt and change up the game to where we can not only, maybe not win, but play. Because there's a lot of people that aren't playing the game right now. They're out. They're leaving. They're selling everything. They're gone. So that's where we're at. Right now we're okay, and if this works out, we'll stay okay. So I guess I'll have to just keep you updated on that. So let's all pray for better times. All right, folks, y'all take care of yourselves. Be blessed.
For the energy economy here in America, it's not just a, hey, we're going to increase this. This is, we have consistently taken market share. And to understand really the difference, I think people don't really recognize most of the world energy is developed by the country. They don't have really private ownership of minerals anywhere else in the world. So it's really been able that sole issue has been given us the ability to really grow production here and have privately owned individuals. It's truly an American story on energy, and we've been able to grow that and really go into the world economy and really change the way energy is thought of in the world today because of what America has done and what North Dakota has done. And because of that, we've taken market share from the Saudis, the Russians, and all of the large producers, and we're the largest now. So because and they have the governments there in Russia and in Saudi are de facto running their oil reserves, and they have the people that they have to keep social programs running for, and so they have to sell at a certain cost, and they have long-term goals for their spending. And because of that, they're willing to do certain things and manipulate the market because they can, and that's what they're doing. So it's really an economic move. It's an economic move. It's not a short-term economic move, but a move to take back permanent market share, drive shale players out of the business, and change the way that we're developing oil and gas here in America, and really keeping it to just a few larger oil and gas producers rather than what we've had now is really an upsurge of the American dream of going to work and getting it done. I think you'll have you'll have 20 or 30% you're seeing across the board of reduction in drilling capex. Really, maybe even more than that. Rigs will be directly impacted in North Dakota. And everywhere you're going to be impacted in Oklahoma and in the Permian and Texas. So it's and those are direct jobs. You've got a lot of service workers that are going to be impacted. It's going to be a tough, and I do think developers are reacting quickly. In 2014, it took us some time to really react. We're not doing that this time. We're going to react quickly and make those adjustments sooner rather than later.
Down about 86 today, and that is obviously not even the North Dakota price, because of the discount closer to $20 is what that price would be. So in other words, all of that capital investment, everything else, and your return is $20 a barrel, when a few weeks ago it was inching up towards 50 and 60. Headlines, CNBC saying oil prices could hit teens in the coming weeks as the market craters over coronavirus and the price war. The oil price collapse is far from over. Says another historic slide in oil could cost energy industry thousands of jobs. These are the headlines. That's the price. What do we do about it, Lou?
I think we have to we have to look at trade practices from Department of Commerce. We've done it with steel. The Department of Commerce and the Trump administration have gone after the China dumping of steel in this country. It really is a national security issue. I know your senators, Senator Hoeven, Senator Kramer, are actively working on our behalf of the energy industry and pushing back and making sure they're getting some answers. There was a letter that just recently went out yesterday, I think, talking directly to the king, asking him and Saudi to reevaluate their position. I think all those moves are good. I think we have to be aggressive on this. We have to act sooner rather than later, and then push back. I mean, this is a opportunistic time for the kingdom to take advantage, and I don't think they're all alone. I mean, I think the Russians are also taking advantage as well. And what is happening with their the opportunity with this virus, the seeking of demand, and then just pushing production. It's really a double barrel when it comes to the impact it's having on the overall industry, and what it's going to happen to the industry itself. But it's the jobs, it's the tax revenue, it's the states that are really going to feel the brunt of it.
I thought that would be interesting for you to listen to. That's what they're telling us out here over the radio. So I don't know how many times I said on this video, but adapt or die. You know, I got a small circle group of guys that I run with, and we all kind of try to take care of each other. And we're praying. You know, we're hoping we get all the things done that we need to do to end up in a spot where we survive.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I think you could, from a general
All right, everybody.
standpoint of anything that's going to help manufacturing.
Take care. Be blessed.
You know, we're not.